Hello and welcome to Peggy's Plants, coming to you from Central Florida with a plant import fiasco. Yeah, that's a little dramatic, but yeah, it's a fiasco. If you're someone who's been following my channel for any time, you know that I like to be pretty honest about, when things go wrong, just like when I am very excited and share with you when things go right. Well, this is one of those situations where things went wrong. This, I'm not going to mention this company because what happened with this package, I feel like could have happened to any package from any seller, and it was beyond the seller's control. So let's just talk about a few things. I want to share this with you. Looking in, opening the box, everything looks good so far. I love to see when they're packed with paper, because when they pack everything in plastic, it gets really moist in there. It holds condensation, and a lot of times your plants end up moldy or wilted or whatever. So I was happy to see that these were in paper. This package sat in customs for 7 days. I don't know what was going on for those 7 days, but it stayed in customs for 7 days, and it was released just in time to sit in the warehouse over the weekend in Miami, which is still hot in Miami. So I can imagine how hot it is in a warehouse. This is what the first plant looks like. As you can see, this plant, I was pretty sure it was beyond salvaging. And I was really disappointed because, some good free plants and they come in dead. And, we're always disappointed when we order plants and they don't arrive in good condition. But imagine what the seller goes through when they're sending out these plants, and they go through this whole process of having them sanitized and all that they have to go through just to be able to export them to our country. So there's a lot of time and effort and expense involved for them as well, especially given the fact that these plants were being sent to me free so that they could kind of test out their processes. And so, yeah, free plants, they paid for the shipping and everything. So this was a total loss for them. So although I was disappointed, you can imagine their disappointment as well. And yeah, nothing to salvage there. And I think that's something that we kind of overlook when we show plants that we buy from either, internationally or domestic that come in the mail. We don't think about the loss that the seller is taking as well. But sometimes things are definitely beyond their control. So this box sat in customs for 7 days. Then it was in the heated warehouse in Miami over the weekend. So I was concerned about it, and I'm opening the second package, second plant, and I don't have high hopes, and yeah, things weren't looking good at all. And the reason I'm sharing this video with you is I get a lot of comments from people saying, well, of course they're going to send you guys the best of the best plants. They know you do YouTube videos. Look at that. Poor plant. I'm talking crispy. Nothing there that can be salvaged. And that was a Scindapsus lucens, I believe. But anyway, where was I? Oh, people always say that, of course, they're going to send you guys the best plants because they know you're doing YouTube videos and they want everybody to see, but they're not going to get the same treatment if they order from these companies. Well, it's in the company's best interest to get all of their plants here in good condition, because it costs them money when they have to refund or reship and all of that, do new phytosanitary certificates and things like that. So they take a loss as well. But I was really hoping that the roots would look like something that I could salvage. In fact, I actually set these in water for a couple of days, and yeah, nothing. It was like this plant was past dead. At this point, I realized this whole shipment is probably going to be just dead plants. Sometimes when you get plants like this, at least if the roots are still viable, you can, just cut off the leaves and, revive the roots and you grow a new plant. Well, this shipment, even the roots were beyond salvaging. So one thing I highly recommend when importing plants is taking into consideration the climate where you are, as well as the climate where the plants are coming from. Because if plants are coming from somewhere that's really hot and they're going to somewhere that's really cold, that's going to be quite shocking. And then if they get stuck in the mail anytime, like these did, there's a good chance that your plants are going to end up dead. Okay, so I've opened plant number 3, and honestly, I started getting a little excited about this one because I see some green. The plant is totally limp, but I saw some signs of life. I wanted some of these plants to make it. So once I saw some green, I was like, okay, just give me some roots that I can work with. And I was thinking that since this plant actually had some green leaves, I might have some viable roots. So of course I had to check those out. And here is what the roots look like. Now clearly this company sent a plant that was well rooted, but these roots are in bad shape. They don't seem to be viable at all. They're in pretty much the same condition as the rest of the plant. So I did actually put these in some water to see if they would do anything, and no, they did nothing for me. So another thing you want to consider when importing plants is whether or not, well, the company's reputation. I try to stick with companies that I am familiar with, or that someone that I know has had a good experience with, or I've seen a lot of YouTube videos, and most of the times those plants arrive in good condition. Those are companies that have kind of already perfected their shipping and handling and processing and all of that. So I just feel like there's a better chance of your plants arriving in good conditions. However, again, there are a lot of things beyond their control, so there are no guarantees. But a reputable company, if you do get your plants and they're in bad shape, this Ring of Fire, look at this. This is something I really, really wanted, and it's just dead, totally wilted. There's even some mold growing on the plant and stuff. And I guess it's because of the moisture from the box being sealed so well. I don't know. I do consider the reputation of the company, and I try to go with companies that I've heard of and that I've seen unboxings for, because I know that those are companies that are more experienced with shipping plants to the US. And again, like I said, there are no guarantees because you don't know how long they're going to be held in customs in the country they're coming from. You don't know how long they're going to be held in customs in the US. And, so there's always going to be those variables that are beyond control. But again, this company sent plants with nice, healthy roots. So yeah, I would say that this company probably did everything that they were supposed to do to get this package to me in good condition. But again, it just didn't make it given the time that it was, that it was held and things like that. Okay, and here we are with plant number 4, which is a large plant. Look at this. It's a syngonium. And it's green, but again, it's got mold on it. It's very limp. And yeah, same fate as the others, I was sure at this point. So another thing to consider when importing plants or buying plants through the mail is the type of plants that you're purchasing. Some plants are hardier than others. Some plants travel better than others. plants with thick, waxy leaves tend to do better than plants with thinner leaves. Just know, do a little research, look at some videos, see what plants travel well, find out which plants don't travel well. And if a plant doesn't travel well, I really wouldn't recommend importing it from another country, unless you're willing to take that risk of getting it not in good condition. These roots, even on this plant, are just shot, just totally. This tissue was still damp, which is what they do. They moisten the tissue a little bit so that the roots don't dry out. But yeah, everything about this plant just, yeah. This was so discouraging. But again, like I said, this could happen to any place, to any company that's importing plants. So I'm not bashing companies. I'm just letting you know that there is, like I said, I've shared with you my international unboxings that went well. Needed to show you that it doesn't always go well. But another thing I would very much encourage you to do is, if you're going to import plants from somewhere, know their refund policy, because some places will not give refunds, some give partial refunds. So make sure you're well aware. So as you can see, this import was a fiasco. I let the company know, and they were more than happy to send out another shipment, which I highly appreciated, and that shipment arrived well. So thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay well, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.